Welcome, everyone. Here we are. This is Lucy Ferrer from Lucy Home Platinum Realty, and we are going to have another live video talking about another topic of real estate. This time, we're going to talk a little bit about remodeling and how to get the building permits, information about construction. And that's why I invite today Juan Perez from PRCS Home Improvements. Hi, Juan Pablo. How are you?
Good. Thank you. Thank you for having me here today.
Oh, really? Thank you for accepting the invitation. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and how did you start in this business?
My name is Juan Perez, and I'm from Mexico. And I came here for after high school, so I decided to
Oh,
I decided to come and learn English only. My plan was given just a 1 year warranty or something like that, but I like it most likely like everybody in here. Like
uh-huh.
it's just gonna stay for 1 year, and here we are.
That's
So
good.
I was studying on Butler Community College. I pursued for engineer graphic designer. I
Oh.
ended up there, and then I did some internship on a refinery on El Dorado. We were working there with AutoCAD, CAD drawings, and all that. So I always get interested on drawings,
Mm.
engineering, architects, all that section. And I get some business on WSU, and I get interest on there. And while I'm working on El Dorado, they give me a layoff. So like, okay, let's find out what else, right? So one of
Uh-huh.
my friends invited me to do a partnership. He does framing. So he's like, hey, come over, let's start a business 50-50. Let's go and let's see. I mean, you can do everything I can't, which is
Mm-hmm.
computer estimates, numbers, but I can do the labor. So what do you think? I'm like, okay, perfect. So 2016, we get together. I get everything on my own to see what I need to be on contractor. So
Mm-hmm.
we opened the company called PRCS, which is a professional remodeling construction services,
Mm-hmm.
which is too long to remember. So we just
Yeah.
decided to have a PRCS Home Improvements. So we got there, and I started learning from zero. Like I have no idea how to do anything on construction. I started taking the books, ICC, International Building Code, Residential Building Code, and all that. So I just tried to get in that, learn, and ask a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
So those questions give me some doors open,
Mm-hmm.
which we start doing remodelings, commercial, residential, little things where I can handle up to big things. But here we are. This is how we start.
Good. So to be able, and when did you get your general contractor? Do you have a general contractor license?
Yes, during the process, I learned that if we are a general contractor with a license, which is a big difference between them being just a general contractor without a license here. I learned and I asked MABCD, Metropolitan Area, which is Wichita Permits and Licensing. And I went there and asked them, hey, this is my background. I would like to be a general contractor. What can I do? And something really cool about Wichita or Wichita Metropolitan Area, they love that you ask them.
Mm-hmm.
Is this is the best thing they can do? Like I went there, asked them what I can do, and they give me this guide and says if you want to just take a test, and after you pass the test, just bring that paper to here, and then we give you your license. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So they tell me what to do. They give me the name of the books I need to be. As soon as I bought them, I say, oh, like, I'm in
Mm-hmm.
college again. So this is like this thick a book
Book.
of
Oh
a
my God.
residential building code and commercial building code. Nice part about it is open book, but you have to learn, highlight, and everything,
Yeah,
because
it's a
every
lot of
single question is tricky
information.
question. And I know you might be in there because your license takes a long time to take there. So I was studying there. I studied about 6 months, and during that time, I was using somebody else's license under their permission.
Hmm.
So I learned it. 6 months later, I took the test. The test is 4.5 hour long.
Oh,
You
wow.
you just register on Kansas Board of General Contracting. You pay a fee, which is like around 450, 650. It depends, because
Hmm.
it is a class A, B, or C. If you go class A, is a commercial site, which is, I mean, you can build, I don't know, 20-story building. And class
Wow.
B is up to four. It's a commercial also, but B is a only 4-story building, and
Hmm.
C is only residential. So I applied for license B, which is commercial. I can build up to 4 floor commercial or residential. I took the test here in Wichita in front of the mall. Yeah, have you seen this black building in there?
Which one?
There's an Emprise building in front of the mall, the East Mall.
East Mall.
So in front
Uh-huh.
of Kellogg, in front of the right next to it. It's in
Uh-huh.
Kellogg on Brock Road. That's the place we take the test. I think a nurturing and other tests take there. But anyway,
Uh-huh.
I took the test there. I learned a lot during the process. Uh, is frustrating sometimes when you're studying because you have no idea what the numbers are. But in my opinion, it was pretty good to go to the MABCD and ask questions. I
Uh-huh.
asked too many questions, and they willing to ask and other people or resolve my questions and let me know, hey, this is the answer, this is how we do it. Because here in Wichita, they take,
Hmm.
I don't know if it's once a month or every 15 days,
Hmm.
they get together on the licenses thing and they change some parts um, of the book, because
Oh,
not the whole
because
book applies here. So they have this reference where they can actually stretch out or not. So anyway, I study, learn, take it, pass,
hmm,
and I was so grateful I passed the test. So they give me
that's
this.
good because that might not be easy.
They give me this paperwork which says, okay, now you register to Kansas. So that number specifically, you just go to the MABCD, you show that
Hmm.
up, you apply for Class B license, which was mine, and it's
Hmm.
not expensive. I mean, it charged around 650 to 800 bucks per
Hmm.
license per year. You renew every year,
Hmm.
and I think it's a really good deal if you are licensed, insured, and all that. Because not even having the license doesn't mean you know everything. Having the
Uh-huh.
license means you want to do it in the right way, and that's what the city wants. Like, they want you to do it the right way. That's why
Yeah,
I, as a contractor, I always ask the clients, see, if you want to do something, do it the right way in the beginning, because it costs
that's
too many
true. Sometimes
trouble.
it's cheaper that way.
It costs too many troubles after that, because we might talk about it later. But in the license area, it's okay to fail it. You can fail up to 3 times, and you
Hmm.
can redo it in 6 months, which is it's perfectly fine.
So
And
if you fail, you have to wait 6 months to try again.
no, you can try it 3 times in a 6 months period.
Oh, so it means that 3 times in 6 months. Okay,
So
okay.
if you try 3 weeks in a row and then you failed, lost three, you just have to wait a little bit longer to study more and then just reapply. But everything is in English. Even if I'm Hispanic and I learned the language being here,
Hmm.
but it is worth it all the time. And
Yeah.
then
And do they
there,
give you update every time they do changes in the code and everything? Do they mail you something so you are aware of the changes?
yes, usually when you do a licensed contractor, you're up to date. You have a number on ICC, which is International Code, and they send you a newsletter every month and see what's going on, what's apply, what do not apply. For example, paint, lead paint, what does apply, what is like allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you do, for example, plumbing,
Mm-hmm.
uh, all pipes bent individually. Now you can get together some pipes and get just one bent for 4 or 5 pipes, things like that. But they allow you to change, and the book change every 4 years. But
Oh,
even if they change it, they don't make too many. Like
too many.
they just change the cover
Mhm.
and sell it to
That's
you.
good. That's
But
good.
the books are expensive. It's something I have to. It's like being in college. You must spend almost $1,500 for the set of books. So it's something that you might think about it, but it works. It's like being in college. Like college books are really expensive all the time. So
Oh, okay. And about, you kind of told me a little different about the knowledge if you're a general contractor and you are not, but is limitation about getting the building permits? Is any limitation if you don't have the general contractor when you want to do some remodeling?
of course, there's limitations. Like if you want to do it by your own, if you're a homeowner, you can always pull permit by your
Hmm.
own because you're a homeowner. But there's some limitations where you must have a general contractor. Like right now, everybody is wondering if they can do a addition. They always want to make an
Oh.
addition on the homes, and they try to do it, but city wants a general contractor to take care of that, just because there are more steps than you think just to make there. For example, some people think, well, I just put a slab 4 inches all the way and put the like a frame on top. Well, you don't do framing, which it shakes a lot right now. And if you don't do footing in the right way, you have inspection and footing. That housing can be cut in half. If you
Hmm.
have the slab only for all the structure on the sides, basically just going to collapse because Wichita soil is like kind of spongy.
Oh,
So
yeah.
people don't think about that section that day. It might not happen in two years, but it will happen later on.
Eventually will happen.
You as a realtor probably see all these
Uh-huh.
additions where they crack in half, or you have
Or
this
they are
garage,
uneven. They are like, you feel like it's falling. like
or you're in a garage where they just pull concrete and then did the garage there, and then now all the garage is cracking from. So things like that, and it's for the safety of the owner. It's not for the city. I mean, city doesn't get too much money doing those. The homeowner gets the most profit, but the limitations are additions, for example, and big changes inside of the house. If you're only doing like a piece of sheetrock, it's not too long. It's just rich sheetrock. You can do it with
Mhm.
your own without permit. You just only paint, trim, cosmetic stuff. You don't need a permit for it. Paint it outside, doesn't need it. If you do a fence, a lot of people doesn't know, but
Mhm.
you must pull a permit. And
A
fencing,
ceiling fan or what you said?
no, like a fencing around the house.
Oh, a fence.
A
Okay, okay,
fence,
sorry.
yeah. If you do that, first thing you have to call 811, which is your gas lines and all that. And second of all, you can do your fence without any permit. That will be fine. A lot of people do it. But if you do uh, a permit on the city only wants the fence being permitting just because the surveying.
Yeah, that's very
So
important.
basically, that's it. Like that's the only thing. If you are a good people and you know where your survey is, like you go to
Hmm.
mobile maps on Wichita and you know exactly where is your 140 by 70 foot property, and you do your fencing really good, I call you good. But we be having a lot of troubles where you actually do
Still
your
risky.
fence. You do your fence on your neighbor's property because you think that's your line. And surprise, once you sell the other property, they're gonna be trouble. So there's some limitations
Well,
on.
the same with the garage. I had one time I was going to have a closing and we have issues because the detached garage was having part of the neighbor yard.
That's a really good example. And
Uh-huh. That's what
and
sometimes is very important, a
permits
survey.
permits are not too pricey. I mean, if you do a remodeling, they just charge some percentage, and it's not pricey. Like it can be less than $800. Sometimes it's really pricey when you go commercial and stuff, but in
Oh.
residential areas is not that expensive. Plus, if you do permits and city has that on the file, your property gonna increase value because property taxes goes every year for blah blah blah. They do their math. They're never right anyway, but as you know, but at least they have a reference that they did this addition is up to date, and now it has more value on your home. So I
Yeah, of course.
encourage people to have those permits. And I mean, every time you call for inspection, they don't charge extra. They just charge one time.
Hmm.
And I mean, talking about limitations, if you do it without permit, now is a pain. This is really really important because if you do
I
like
know.
a, let's say you do a addition on the back, and then you have no permit, and then somehow your neighbor just turned you in, city knocks your door. Now you have to actually demo everything because city wants to
Hmm.
see footing, city wants to see rebar, city wants to see treated lumber on the bottom, wants to see electricity, do it the right way, plumbing if needed. So basically, you have to peel everything off and redo it again. So
Oh, wow.
if you did spend $10,000, now you have to spend $25,000 just because you didn't want to spend $800 in the beginning. So
Hmm.
that's an advice. Take it or leave it. I mean, if
Yeah, I know.
you
And
do
it,
it and you need those later, just call us.
uh-huh. And even when you're gonna sell your home, you have to disclose if you did any something without a permit that was requiring a permit. So, what other remodeling require permit? I know
Basically,
roof, any
roof need a
electrical.
license. Yes, roof always. Every time you do a change in the roof, you need a permit. And we, as a general contractors, we have to apply for a roofing contractor license also. So
Mm,
in my case, I do have a licensed contractor plus a roofing license, which they get together. And again, they're
mhm,
not expensive. Like it's just a matter of applying because I already passed the test. So basically, I just need to apply and do be on the list of the Kansas list, basically. But
mhm,
major remodeling need a license. Like you want to make a bigger living area, so you might have a, I don't know, I beam on the center of your living room, which is an
mhm,
open space concept right now is like really common. So everybody wants to have everything open, so they think
mhm.
they don't need supports at all. So that's really important to have. Electricity, I always need a licensed contractor. Plumbing, if it's like a small plumbing restoration, doesn't require. But if it's a major thing, it must be licensed. HVAC, same thing. If
Mhm,
it's like a small thing, just cosmetic, don't matter. If it's a big thing, changing the whole unit and everything, go ahead and take it. Because those licensed contractors or licensed electrician, HVAC, and plumbers, it's so easy for them to pull a permit also. So, and I don't
mhm,
think they charge too much doing extra. But again, sometimes doesn't require. If you just want to
mhm.
change a GFCI in your kitchen, doesn't need it. Like those things, those doesn't need like too much.
Doesn't need. Okay. And about your experience, what do you say are the most common mistake, like that sometimes some investors do when they are remodeling? That have you ever find any uh, nightmare in anybody in your experience?
Well, I wouldn't say names, of course, but investors sometimes think the house is in perfect condition
Hmm.
because looks really nice and painted. So once they hire us to start doing something major. Let's say I don't like the bathroom at all. I just want to have a new bathroom, which they would change the bathroom and kitchen. Once we start pulling out the churrock, you start seeing rotten studs. You see termites. That's the
Oh.
worst. The worst thing you can see is termites because now you have to treat and do well. That's the worst thing. And sometimes you can't tell until you are in there. So I mean, uh, I don't say mistake. I said experience.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are investor, allow yourself to see. You know what? This cost me 20,000, but this house might have 15,000 minimum on replacement change
Mm-hmm.
cosmetically. If you want to make a really big thing and super nice, of course, going to increase the price. But you have to have your mindset that something must be changed on that
Mm-hmm.
property, no matter what, because like it's always something. So you have to have your allowances to have some budget
Yeah, it's important.
just for you if
Allowance.
you are an investor. Even if you are going to remodel, rent, or be a owner of that house, 100% will be always you don't like something, you're always gonna like say something about the house.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to change it, perfect. If it's a new construction, well, that's a different story
Mm-hmm.
because it's like should be everything working good. But if you go from 2000 back, 2000
Mm-hmm.
seems really close, but now it's 22 years. So you have
Mm-hmm.
22 years old house in 2000. So like some things must be changed. Some pipes must be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
Some water pipes must be broken. Maybe not. But
Yeah.
just like take those details and see if that property never have any issue with the city
Mm-hmm.
or anything else. Like you might check all the time those little details. But in the construction side, just make sure it's not like a outside siding
Mm-hmm.
rotten and check for termites. That's the
Oh
best.
my God, I know.
That's the
I know
best.
a lot of investors they don't do inspection because they say, well, it's all as is, a lot of the property. But I always try to recommend at least do the termite inspection. That's just $45.
Yeah, at least because if that's the property as it is, even if that's your property, and then you do that, at least you know you're gonna be in that trouble ahead of time,
Mm-hmm.
so you can plan. I mean, if you plan ahead, you can always change it. No, so basically, just allow yourself to be in trouble.
Yeah, to know exactly what is in there. And you told me that you have another company too that do kind of some drawings. Can you talk a little bit about what do you
Yes,
do there?
we opened it in another company last year, which is Precise Pros Construction LLC,
Mhm.
and that's this company just do more like a detailed designing thing. Sometimes I refer to other people, and we do plans, we do additions, for example, because sometimes it's so hard for the client to see
Mhm.
how this is gonna be.
Yeah.
So we offer two options. We can do it custom from scratch to whatever you want, or we can find a set of plans on internet, which we
Uh-huh.
have a contract with, and we can show you. Okay, this is the set of plans we have, and then if you want to build something from scratch, go ahead. If you have a land and you have your dream home on your head, we just try to figure out what's the best option for you. So this area is more like a designing time. So
Mhm.
it's just like, okay, what about putting this section in here? Would you like to have a bigger bed? Would you like to have a bigger living room? Would you like to have a, I don't know, front deck, back deck? Depends, whatever you want.
Mhm.
And this transition goes more in designing thing, even if it's commercial. And
Mhm.
commercial, I have mechanical engineering, structural engineering, and architect, which I do the draft. In my background is easy, so I
Mhm.
do a CAD drawing. I make it like nice and simple, and then I just send it to them, and they do the hard part. They put their stamp and do all the math and all that. but that's more for commercial area, not for
Oh.
residential. Excuse me. Because in residential and here in Wichita, you only need a plan, basic
Mhm.
plan. So that's it. You don't need a mechanical, electric, or plumbing plan on the residential area. It's optional. You can do it, but if because everything is on code, you have to make whatever you
Mhm.
have on the restroom. You must have a pipe, drainage, P-trap, whatever is electricity. You must have it no higher than whatever
Mhm.
distance, every single foot, every one on each wall. And that's super basic. So doesn't require really a set of plans or those, at least in the residential area. So we provide that information and we try to guide them and see, you know
Mhm.
what, you would like to replace all your cabinets? Sure, we have these options. We can build it from scratch for you, or we guide them to see, you know what, let's go to Menards, just for
Mhm.
say, probably I shouldn't say any names, but any big store which they do it for free. They
Uh-huh.
build your cabinets, everything for free. So you get it, you like it, you buy it. So we just
Mhm.
guide them to see whatever they want, because at the end of the day, I mean, the owner is the one gonna be living there. So I like to
Mhm.
make as comfortable as they can on their own home. Not like it's not like my idea is their idea. Try to make it on paper.
Oh, okay. So that is mainly if they are gonna build a new home, or if they are gonna kind of change the floor plan too, that they have
Correct.
to do that.
Yeah, a little things like a floor plan or your bedroom or your kitchen. Like I don't like the kitchen I have. What you suggest, and I just do a real quick floor plan for you. Like you know what, this gonna looks good, and you're like, okay, should good. So things like that will be right now is where we are focused on.
Oh, okay. And when they wanna, because that happened to me a lot, that they have the basement and they wanna find out, can I add a bathroom down there?
Correct. A lot of times it's a basement, empty basements where like it's a lot of space. Like question is, what can I do with all this space? So some people doesn't care about it, so they just pull a pool table on the bottom. That's it. But people wants to have like theater to movies. They want a bar. They want a restroom and guest room and
Mhm.
whatever. So we can design the whole layout. So that way, look, this is all your area, and you can do all this in there. You basically have another house. Would you like to have that?
Mhm.
Sometimes they're willing to do it because they have money for it. If they don't, at least they know what the plan will be and they do it little by little. So
Oh,
yeah, that
okay.
works.
So when you do some new building, like somebody come with a land and they say, I want to build a home, can you do it with a basement, or you usually just do it over a slab?
Depends on the client all the time. Yeah,
Yeah,
it can be
or
on
can you
basement.
do it with a basement? I'm asking you because I know some people that I know that do construction, that I ask them about building a house and they say, oh no, we do it, but we don't do it without basement.
Yeah,
But we don't
no,
do
I
basement.
mean we do basements or slabs, whatever. And the way we work, we always work an open book with the client. So we just charge a fee,
Hmm.
which is our fee, whatever. That's what I gonna get. So
Okay.
I know, everybody knows, and this happy. So that
Yeah, of
way,
course.
I mean, if it's an open book, for my experience, uh, some contractor doesn't like it because you have less money that
Oh,
way.
really?
But for me, it's easier to see every single item, and as an owner, say, you know what, you spent $300 on your toilet. Excuse me. So you have a right budget to keep going. Sometimes it's like,
Mm.
hey, you pick a $2,000 toilet. I mean, now you only have this kind of flooring for your bathroom. What you like to do?
Uh-huh.
So my goal is being in budget, build your dream home, and at the end of the day, being referred for another home. We
Mhm.
built one in 2017, a custom home close to Valley Center,
Mhm.
and the owners that house takes us about 6 to 8 months, and we have delay on material and windows.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes happens, like it's just a matter of time. So we build it, we finish it up for them, up to ground, all the way to give you a key. So
Mm-hmm.
we provide that service too. 2 years ago, we provided a service. One a good friend on Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Harry Patel, and that guy gave us the opportunity to build a Holiday Inn Express. So they they trust us, trust me to be on site to build a Holiday Inn Express from scratch up to customers.
Wow.
That took me 2 years, and I was so happy to learn the experience. And it's
Yeah,
a
always good, a
four-story
new
building,
experience.
75 rooms, a lot of headache, and no everything, no knowledge on that. But they trust us, and he was happy with it. He's still in contact with me, which is good. So I appreciate the opportunity when they give us the opportunity, and we try to do our best.
Oh, wow. That's good. Well, we're gonna see if anybody here have any questions. Let me check and see if it's any question. Do you have access to the private chat? Because I think you cannot do comments. Um, so that way you give me your information, like your email, your phone number, so we can share it with the people in case they have any question or they
Sure.
need your service. Just do it there and then I'll have it on the comments. Well, I'm gonna check if it's any questions. Um, question.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't see any. Yeah. Were you able to have the information? Do you find the private chat?
I try to see, but I just see here where I can do. Um, it's easier if I just go with name of the company, or my name will be better for whoever wants to ask something.
No, you can add your company name and next to it your name so they know who you are and
So if they
use a
need
phone
any
number
question, can
and
always
an
go
email.
to.
Oh,
Let
okay.
me know if it works.
Okay, I got it. And your phone number.
And phone number. Then sometimes my phone gets a spam calls.
Oh,
So
right.
if it doesn't answer, it's because my phone puts it automatically on the spam list.
Oh, yeah.
So
That happened to me a lot. That it go
yeah,
automatically
if
to.
it's easier, you can always text me first, and that way we go from there, or send me an
Okay,
email, and I'll be more than happy to answer. If I know the
it will be
the answer,
easier.
I'd be more than happy to answer them.
Okay, I got your information there. And thank you so much, so much. I really learned a lot about this. And, in this business, every time we learn something new.
Every day, and I really appreciate you to having me here today, and thank you for the opportunity. I mean, We are a
Yeah, no,
community,
thank you for
a growing
accepting.
community.
I know that, that you get busy, but thank you for being here and giving all that good information. And
Thank you so much for your time. So
okay,
we're here. If you need
okay,
anything, more than happy. Thank you so much.
okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.